Hey everyone, this is CJ Automotive Services here. We're going to be doing a transmission filter and fluid change on a 2016 BMW 428i. I've got it picked up already, so I'm going to show you how we did that. I've got these ramps from O'Reilly's we drove the front of it on, and then we moved the jack here in the back of the vehicle. There's actually like a little cross member that is right there. It kind of is in a Y. You kind of see the bar a little bit going there, and then on that side it's like right in the center on the back. So we picked it up with a jack, and then we've got 2 jack stems on each side right up on the frame, and we kind of lowered some tension off the jack. So that's how I got it supported. And another thing that's already done is that we do have the skid plate almost all the way removed. So it's basically a whole bunch of 7mm screws. Maybe they were 8mm. And then this little aluminum clip right here goes through the skid plate right there, and I just bent them straight with a needle nose plier so it would slide through. So yeah, I'll put tools needed for the job, so that way you have everything. So what we're about to do now is drain this pan from this plug right here. So I'll be right back with that. All right, so before we drain it, what we're going to do is we're going to crack this open. Don't take it all the way off, you're just going to crack it to where it vents. That's an 8mm hex. And then after you crack it, we're going to drain it from here, and that is a 10mm hex. So I'm going to do this off camera because it's going to be hard to do with one hand. So all right guys, after it's done draining, went ahead and plugged it back up real quick. I'm going to remove this heat shield. It's these 3 bolts right there. There's one that's behind that, but yeah, there's 3 of them. And the tool that I'm using is this E10. It's like a star kind of. I don't know if y'all can see that. There's an E10 tool. So I'm going to remove it real quick. Alright, so we got the heat shield removed. I did have to remove this, the bracket that comes down. It's just one 10mm right there on the stud. Next we're going to do is remove the pan, which are T40. So I'm going to remove all those and we'll get back to the video. Alright, so what's going on is after I removed all of the bolts around it, I left the ones in the back, the ones that are away from the plug, a little bit loose, so that way I could hang it down and drain the rest of the oil that is sitting in there before I pull it all the way off. And I did take the plug back out too to help drain. So after that is completely drained out, then we'll remove the pan. Alright guys, so we got this old pan off. As you can see, this is the OEM drain or transmission pan. So this pan, if y'all didn't know, you cannot replace the filter out of it. So there's no way to get the filter out. It's actually stored inside of here. You can kind of see it in there. So this is how it comes manufactured from BMW. So this is kind of like a plastic material type. So I found a solution to it, because this part right here alone was like, I think $240 or something like that for the OEM part. So this one over here, I think this is by Euro Parts, and here is the I guess part number and everything from it. So this is actually from O'Reilly's that I found this part, and basically it is the same pan. except for it's aluminum, and it has a whole lot better plug too. It seems like another metal plug, not plastic like the stock one. And it has it to where you can remove the filter and replace it instead of having to replace the whole entire oil pan every time that you need to do the service on this thing. So basically this is it unboxed. It comes with the gasket already on it, it comes with the O-ring already on it, and the filter is already inside of it. And then it comes with another plug, and I'm unsure yet if this is like for the fill point, or if it's just an extra drain plug that is right here. So just figured that, you know, you guys that are on a budget and don't want to spend, you know, almost $300 every time you replace the, you know, filter and fluids and all that stuff, you know, this is a good option. I think that is made a lot better, so I went with this one. So we're gonna go back under and we're going to install the new pan. All right, so I just got the corners over here started. So towards the front of the pan right here, here's the back with the plug, you've got where the filter is, and it's got that little tube that sticks out. So whenever you get here, you're gonna have to push up a little bit in order to properly get it seated in there. So make sure that the old O-ring came off with the old pan, so that way you don't end up getting another one stuck in there. It doesn't seal right. So there is a sequence to how you want to tighten these. So I'll probably post that like right after this clip, or put it in the description or whatever, and also the torque specs as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of them put on there, and then we'll move forward. All right guys, before we fill it, just wanted to show you all this. So this is actually on the stock pan. So it shows you oil filling temperature needs to be between 40 to 50 degrees Celsius or 104 to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm not going to fill it dry, and I don't think that anybody should. I'm going to fill it until it overflows out of the pan, and then I'm going to run it so it's not running dry, and let it get up to temperature, and then we will put the rest of it in there. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so here was our recommended oil to put back in the transmission, in case y'all wanted to know. I'm going to be using one of these little hand pumps here, because this is all I got. You can get these from O'Reilly's, AutoZone, pretty much any parts store. The bottom part is going to go up into the plug, and then this is, you're going to be on the top part, is going to be inside of here. It's going to be pumping out. Like I said, we might not use all this, I don't know. We're going to fill it up until it overflows out. So there's the plug up there. Try to position it where y'all can see. I'm going to pump it till it overflows out into the drip pan, and then after that we'll plug it up and then run the vehicle until it gets to 100 degrees or 40 or 50 Celsius, whatever you want to call it. So let me see if I can position this. There it goes. All right guys, so I've got the vehicle started. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna cycle through all the gears a couple times. So let's go ahead and do that. All right guys, sorry I accidentally cut the video. So we're gonna fill it as it's running, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna fill it until it pours out. Remember guys, you have to be at that temperature before you're filling this to ensure that it's filled all the way. Alright guys, in case y'all are wondering, to verify your fluid level, basically what you want to do is start your vehicle, let it run, let it get up to that temperature again, and then you want to pull off the fill point plug right here. And if you do not have fluid come out of there while it's running, then that means that it's not full enough. You want to add fluid, and then once it starts pouring out, cap it off, and that's how you know that you're good. So after you let all this stuff cool off, the exhaust, because it's right there, we can start putting on the heat shield right here. So I'll go ahead and do that. All right, once y'all got the heat shield put back on, we'll go ahead and install that little bracket again. It's gonna go like this, facing outward. And there's a little clip, I don't know if you can see that little hole right there? This little nipple hanging off of there. It's gonna fit right into that hole, like so. And then you're gonna put the 10mm and then tighten it back up. All right, we got that put on there. So now, any of y'all's final inspections that y'all want to do, go ahead and do it, because the last step is going to be putting on the skid plate. I just got the last little screw tightened up on the skid plate. Now this is the part where you need these needle nose pliers, those ears on that bracket that we removed. We're going to bend them back over the skid plate, like so. So, I'm not BMW, can't do as good as them, but basically just holds it there in place. So, there's that. All right, now that everything's all buttoned up, we're gonna go ahead and get her on the ground. All right guys, just finished up here. Sorry, I forgot to show y'all how to clear the maintenance light, but if you want to know how to do that, just go to my engine oil change video about this vehicle. But yeah, we're all finished up here. This is how you change the transmission fluid and filter on a BMW 428i, the best, worst way. Thank y'all for watching.